Good morning, Nigeria. It's the breakfast show on TSL Nigeria TV, where we have news on politics, sports, entertainment, and so much more. Did you know that we also have feature stories where we talk about nothing but everything? It's the breakfast show on TSL Nigeria TV.
Good morning and welcome to the weekend rundown on TSL Nigeria TV. And as usual, I have with me my beautiful girls. Ladies, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you guys doing today? You guys look... Joyce, I like your outfit. You
I
look
know, right? Thank you. I love it too.
I know you want to just stand up and do a Bamira Baba.
I was going to say you look like my mommy, but it's okay.
Your mommy is a pretty girl, so I'll take it.
And we're going straight to the news. Now, one of the news I have today is very funny because it is proposal gone wrong. Now, apparently in Uniben, a guy goes down on his knees in Hall 2 car park. Now, if you're in Benin City and you've ever been in Uniben, it's a show for everybody. Now, the guy goes on his knees and he proposes to her and she says no. Boom! He gets angry. And guess what? He pulls off her wig.
I wear wig.
It's wearing.
Things like this is why you always have to make sure that your corn rolls under your wig. Because you never know when the enemy will strike. You have to be prepared.
No, the enemy should not come strike him down.
There was a girl that told a story on Twitter. Apparently, she was on top of a bike. Next thing, she just felt cool breeze on her head. They're stealing her wig on bike.
Are you serious?
Yes, another bike passed. The guy pulled her wig.
Oh my God.
Wig. So you have to be prepared.
And well, the guy was not just a serious person. I mean, the girl said no, and then you begin to embarrass her, and you want her to marry you. Guy, calm down.
She dodged the bullet.
I think the more reason why she said no, because before he could have done that in the public,
You've done
things
things
in private, and so.
So Neki, what would you do? I know you retaliate.
No, I don't think. No, I don't think I'll first of all get involved with that kind of person.
Of course, I'm gonna die on the line.
No. I'm not sure I'm going to get involved with such a person to publicly disgrace me as a lady now.
Joyce, what would you do?
I just said both of us would die on the line. What do you mean?
Okay, so and on the number 9 we have Shakira. Now Shakira apparently is taken to court for not paying taxes. I don't get
why.
Why
they pay taxes?
Why are they not paying their taxes? I mean,
this is my defense for them because
why are you defending them? You want to collect 2 million naira now, Joyce?
Because the more you earn, usually most countries practice proportional taxation, which means the more you earn, the more tax you pay.
Okay.
And then when you earn so much, it means the tax is so much. I love you guys. I'm fighting for you.
I think she's trying to get the 2 million naira that she's sure she wants.
Viva la resistance!
Okay. Alright,
so don't lie, but your taxes do. Let's go.
Okay, now for the number 8 news, we have Sanwo-Olu. Apparently, he's saying that since he assumed office, he has lost so much weight. Neki, you have so much on. You have more on that.
Yeah, so Sanwo-Olu is the current governor of Lagos State, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, and he is saying that for the past 1 week he has lost so much weight because Lagos is a state that has lot of issues and has a lot of responsibilities. According to what he was telling the newsmen yesterday, he said that basically you can't wake up in the morning and see that the Apapa gridlocks are not gone or the traffic is not there or when rains fall the roads are bad, but it is something that you have to just keep doing. In his words also, he also said that you have to be psychologically be prepared for the job because it takes so much to handle, because the people of Lagos, they are smart, they are intelligent, and they cannot wait to see what you have to offer. But if this is what he has to do in the next 4 years, then fine, he's ready for it. But people have been asking, will Sanwo-Olu have this energy for the next 4 years? So.
It's just the beginning of the next 4 years.
It's just 1 week.
It's just 1 week and he's complaining he's lost weight. May you add so much weight during your tenure in Jesus' name.
May
you not lose so much weight.
You think it's too hard and you want somebody to step in.
Yeah, there's Joyce here.
I got you.
Amazing.
Alright, so now that's for Sanwo-Olu. For personally, I think he's doing his job. It's only natural when you get busy, you lose weight. So more grease to your elbow. Now for the next one, we have the Den Hazard. Now, Nikki, you have so much on that.
Okay, so Eden Hazard, I'm proud because I'm a Chelsea fan, but he's leaving Chelsea to Real Madrid because the transfer to Real Madrid has finally worked for him. £200,000 to 400 whooping £1,000. You know, according to the Evening Standard in Europe, this is the second most expensive transfer in the world of Premier League from Philippe Coutinho, which has his own transfer from 145 million pounds. And so Eden Hazard cannot wait to do so much with Real Madrid. £400,000. Joyce, if you're giving that,
I don't know what to say about it. I'm immensely happy but immensely sad at the exact same time.
Why?
Hazard has been with us for 7 years.
are you a Chelsea fan?
Yes.
We don't know you.
Only the greatest club in London. Anyways,
I'm proud.
For 7 years, and although we're really, really sad, we also know that he immensely deserves this. He's an amazing player. Not only Chelsea's not the only one that lost. The EPL has lost an amazing player.
Look at me.
But he's not gone yet. He has to play the Super Cup for us first.
Before he leaves
Before he
finally.
leaves. Now you can compare the reaction of the media and everybody to Hazard leaving to Courtois leaving. When Courtois left, it was only insults. It was called a snake. It was called everything because what he did was disgustingly horrible. But look at Hazard. He left so well. Everybody's crying. They're giving him all his accolades. The moral of the
I think
story.
you just keep going and going and
The
going.
moral of the story is
She's
when
just
you're
giving him so much
leaving,
accolades.
have a clean cut. Don't sneak out.
Take her advice.
Because the truth is, your reputation precedes you.
All right.
And Courtois has been doing horribly. So yay!
Wow. I'm clueless, but it's okay. Anyways, if I ever decide to make a few millions or billions, I would definitely do the next thing this celebrity did for his child. He got his child a house. Agadai, our #1 comedian in Nigeria, one of our comedians in Nigeria, apparently gives his 9-year-old child a happy birthday gift of a brand new house.
Say it well, mansion.
Mansion,
Sorry.
gold plated.
Oh my God.
Have you seen the gates?
Beloved, let me just say this. If I have a few millions or billions to throw around and the option was buy my child a mansion or not buy my child a mansion, I would not buy my child a mansion.
Oh my
Nobody
God.
votes for me. Everybody should answer his father.
I will buy for my child.
Get it for my child. Joyce, why you
do
like
you know the mental shaking it gives to that 9-year-old?
He's 9 years old,
Come
he's
on,
not feeling
I
anything.
have the house. Who told you something?
No, he's not feeling
When you were
anything.
9-year-old, were you not feeling
When I was
something?
9-year-old,
tell
I
his
wanted
friends
a
that-
doll.
oh my gosh.
No, even if he wanted a football, he has a lot, but a house. Come on,
A
that's
house.
futuristic, man.
Yeah.
Everybody should answer their father.
Wow, Joyce.
Buy your house if you have your millions.
Please buy a house for your child. if you
Their house, so
can.
everybody in their please.
All right, we'll be going on a short break. That was the top 5 for today on the weekend rundown. When we come back, we'll go to that's the below 5 now. We're going to the top 5, so don't go anywhere.
Stay connected to TSL Nigeria and get updates on the go all day, every day. Subscribe to our YouTube channel on TSL Nigeria Space TV and join our online family.
Back like we never left. Welcome back to the weekend rundown on TSL Nigeria TV. My name is Joyce Jukes, and I do not have $1 million or a big house, so my daddy's not gonna die. Anyways, let's jump straight into the top 5 for this week. Apparently, do you know what? I'll start by saying this. A wimbo, a wimbo, a wimbo, a wimbo. How would you feel if you saw a lion in your backyard? But somebody in South Africa might not be so lucky or terrified. 14 lions broke out. Was it one zoo they all came out?
Yes, they came back from the Kruger National Park in Limpopo on Friday because the workers, they went to do the round check and they discovered that 14 lions and 2 leopards are actually on the loose.
2 leopards.
Now, why this is really becoming rampant, it is because one of the lions apparently killed a 2-year-old boy. And so this is why they're really talking about it so much via their media in Limpopo and saying that the mines around the park, citizens and residents should be on the lookout for the very big feline cat families, the lions.
I'm actually really surprised about this because I didn't know the lions from the Kruger Park were violent. You know, if there are videos of the park,
yes,
they drive, you have to stay in your car and drive, and then the lions just walk past you. So it's a national reserve for them. I didn't know that they were violent because we were so used to seeing people.
Yeah, the kids. So because of the boy that died, so there's been a lot of tension and been all of lookout. But yeah, they're still trying to get in, you know, the lions. But we never know.
I remember that there was one time when there was a lion loose in Benin.
Fam.
Is it the goat lion?
I don't think we ever saw that lion.
Wow,
we just saw goats that died and stuff, but we never actually did see that lion. People said it was a spiritual lion. There was like a past chain. What's the meaning of all this?
Spiritual lion, I'm seeing physical goats
I
die.
believe in our rich heritage. Okay, so moving on to number 4 spot, Neki has us covered.
Okay, on the number 4, we have the Nigerian oldest prisoner, I guess I'm right, Paz Celestine Egbosin. He was released via the state's pardon on Rochas Okorocha while he was moving out of office, saying that he needed to release lots of prison inmates, and he is 100 years old. Apparently, he is suffering from diabetes and he has a visual impairment and is in the hospital.
I don't know if I should say it's sad or exciting, but at least he gets to spend his last days not in prison. There's a story about a Chinese millionaire. There's also a pedophile that has just been executed by the Chinese government. It's really, really disturbing. And apparently, you know, when you get really rich, some people claim that you have weird fetishes. So, you know, you've seen a lot of things in your life, and so you want to experience more. Apparently, over a 2-year period from 2015 to 2017, this man raped over 25 schoolgirls, and 14 of them were under the age of 14. And he did not work alone. He had like a 4-man team. There was a woman he coerced, her name was Lee, into helping her get these schoolgirls. So she always did that. And she also worked with her husband, who helped as a chauffeur to take these girls from their school to the places where they were going to be raped and used for prostitution. And he also raped a couple of them, and then they had another one man that also joined them. Now for Lee, she was going to be executed, but she was pardoned from execution. Her husband got about 18 years, and the third man got about 12 years.
Sad.
And this went on for 2 years, I guess.
4 years. And some of the victims also helped them get other victims.
That's how traumatized they were, because I don't get it.
Why you entire prostitution ring of underage children.
Sad.
What do we have on number 3? I just don't want to talk about it.
Okay, still on pedophiles, we have the state of Alabama passing a law saying that anyone who sleeps with any child that is under the age of 13 and above will pay for their own castration. Now, if they don't, that's the guess. That's the reason why they would leave jail. Now, if they don't pay for that castration, they will be sentenced to prison, and they will remain there. Now, the reason why they will leave jail is if they pay for their own castration. It's a chemical process. It's actually a process where they go through.
You know, I have a weird feeling that there will come a time where being a pedophile will be the new cool. There's really a lot of them on social media. I've forgotten the hashtag they use. I think I should probably look out for it. You should Google it. The hashtag really means we don't touch. It means that you love children sexually, or you don't touch them. There's different hashtags. There's the ones that touch and the ones that don't touch. I have a weird feeling that very soon we may have to live in a world where we have to accept that pedophilia is okay. And that terrifies me.
Okay, so and then another thing is that I feel that this is getting too extreme. You do not harass children. They basically really sometimes don't even know what you're doing.
The argument is
why
that
is scarring them?
Yes,
that's
scarring the children.
I was going to say that, and then most of those guys, they get
people don't recover from it for a very long time.
They begin to talk about and they get sympathy from the society. They begin to form bodies of pedophiles that really support this movement. So when Joyce is saying it's going to become a new code, it's telling towards a direction, and it's really, really sad.
And And then on number 2, we have Liberia shut down their internet choice.
Shutting down your internet is the new coup for African governments. It's something that is immensely common. When there's a protest in your country, you shut down the internet. When there's an election, you shut down the internet. When you just don't like that they are doing WhatsApp too much, you shut down the internet. Now, the president of Liberia is George Weah, who was a footballer. You know, we were all really excited when he became president. I think that was last year. We were really excited. I think he was a new dawn. He's very exposed. He's very well read. But apparently, since he came into office, corruption has been on the climb. There are millions of dollars that he cannot account for. And so the citizens took to the streets to protest. And this protest was rebuffed somewhat violently, and then the social media was shut down. I'm so ashamed. I'm ashamed. Because you know when the person that you believe in so much just disappoints you so horribly. I mean, he's young, he's traveled, he's exposed. It's embarrassing.
And they know the power of social media in this protest that gets to happen from countries where you know that when a country is embarking on a protest. Now in Liberia, they're protesting about corruption cases that is becoming really rampant in public offices. And now that they're really protesting, social media would have been a way for the world to be aware. They're trying from the world, and because they know that the world will turn its eyes, you know, on Liberia, and they don't want that until they shut down social media.
It's a shame. What do you have on story 2? Because I want to move on to that.
Okay, on story 2, we have we have AIT being shut down in less than 24 hours.
Okay, it's shut down and reinstated, right?
Yes.
Now, apparently, because of a program called Kakaki, which a lot of people love. It's a political program, and it has a lot of viewership. Now, the issue that NBC has with them is that they are breaking some broadcasting rules in Nigeria created by the NBC by giving hate speech and sharing false news. And this is because I have a segment where they bring up reports from social media, tweets, and Facebook, and share it with the world in a funny way. And they also say they are politically complacent.
Well, it's really bad that in the 21st century, and especially in 2019, you know, we're having this kind of impediment on freedom of speech in our country, because we're not in the military era anymore. We are in the democratic era, and if we're really practicing the dividends of democracy, it means that stations or broadcasting, outlets should be let to do their thing, and there are laws, yes, but they should just let to do their thing.
And they're even going on to say that this might be a major problem because they believe that the head of the NBC is not neutral. They're saying that he's a card-carrying member of the ruling party, and they're saying that this is the reason why it seems it might be government motivated.
So looking at that, I believe that there's something called freedom of press, where we get to have freedom to say what needs to be said. I thought that's the reason why we have democracy, to have a major... The press is free from the government, free to express itself, free to literally say anything.
It's crazy.
And apparently yesterday in Abuja, the staffs of AIT, they stood out to protest. They were really protesting, and the chairman, the Chief Raymond Dokwesi, came out, to really talk about how this move is politically inclined and that they will do all that it will take to get their station back on air. And apparently 24 hours later, Chief Justice Iyang in Abuja revoked it and said they had the permission to go back on air, so they're back on air.
Okay, and finally, our number 1 story, this story that I saw, I think I saw it this morning, and it really, really excites me. Now, apparently in Imo State, the police is not to be messed with. Now, what happened was that there was a pastor that was driving on the road, and he was being trailed by armed robbers, about 4 of them in another car. And so as soon as he realized, he drove into a police station. Now, let me bust your head even further. The armed robbers followed him into the police station. And then he raised an alarm, and the policemen came out and engaged in a shootout with the robbers. 1 of them was killed, and the other 3 escaped with injuries. Imo State.
Wow, that's really good. I'm happy they responded. That's so cool.
In their own police, in their station, you want to still come and say you are the robbers.
Why? They did not fear.
Why?
They are not afraid.
And that should be a wake-up call to the Nigerian police force, that they are so much more than they made Nigerians feel. They can really take up this job and protect our lives and carry out their and do so much more. Because the truth is, now it is boost up their morale, and I'm sure that the new elected governor Iye Dioha, will do so much to help the Nigerian police force in Imo State.
And on that note, we draw the curtain on the weekend rundown. This could be the curtain. On the weekend rundown for today, I have a bonus story. Last week we told you about Amalia Davis. Now this was a girl that was murdered, or maybe it was manslaughter, I don't know, by her mother's fiance. He initially claimed that she was kidnapped, but later footage has revealed that she wasn't kidnapped and he died at his hands, and he threw her body away in a bag. Now the mayor of the city where it happened has finally, I believe it was Texas, has given a day in June to celebrate the life of this young girl. It's not something exciting,
but
I
at
guess
least
it's
something to remember.
To remember,
That's
so.
just going to be memorial for them in that city.
Anyways, we're going to say goodbye now. We'll be on your TV, your phone, your tablet, your neighbor's computer, using your neighbor's Wi-Fi on Monday before the breakfast show on TSL Nigeria TV. My name is Joyce Chicks. It pains me to say it, but the other two musketeers are...
I won!
Yes!
Consistency is the key in life, you know. Just take it and leave it.
I'm Adrian Mogadi. Till
And
I
I'm
see
Nikki
you
Moyo.
on Monday.
We'll see you on Monday.
Bye.
With the musketeers.
Bye.
Bye.